Welcome to my channel. 1903. Paris Metro disaster. The Paris Metro lines were less than a year old, and went mainly underground. There were 4 stations from Boulevard Barbès to Rue d'Allemagne. The line consisted of 4-car single trains, and 8-car double trains. It was August 10, 1903. The first signs that anything was wrong that day came at around 6:53 p.m. A double train completed its climb to Boulevard Barbès station, but the train had smoke pouring from one of the motors on its front car. Car M202. Passengers on board were quickly evacuated onto the nearby platform. The car's shoes were lifted from the third rail to cut off power. At this point the burning seemed to subside and nobody seemed to be concerned it was anything major. However, the station was full of passengers who were starting to get annoyed at the delay, so the service needed to be restored as soon as possible. Staff decided to lower the shoes back on the track and move the train. Staff were unaware that the motor hadn't overheated as was believed, but had actually got a short circuit. The train resumed service and would leave the station at around 7:05 p.m. It hadn't taken long to get the train back up and running, however, not long after the train began moving again, smoke began to pour out of the train once more. It wasn't long after this that a fire on M202 had reignited. The driver was unaware of the situation, and the train continued to keep moving until it was in the tunnel. The train would stop at its first station and again, staff lifted the shoes and the burning stopped. However, as soon as the power to the train was restored, the fire would begin again. The train was then coupled onto the rear of train number 43, which had now arrived at the station also. At 7:32 p.m., the train began moving again, still with everyone unaware of the problem. The train would pass the next station, where the station master started to become alarmed at the signs of a fire. The decision was now made to stop the train and evacuate the passengers onto the street above. However, many passengers who had departed were not happy at all and demanded a refund. Fire now began to get out of control, and the crew on board also fled. Power was cut at the substation, but it was now far too late for this. It was at 8 p.m. that fire destroyed the circuit supplying the station's lights, and the place was plunged into darkness. Those still inside the station became disorientated in the darkness, with many people going the wrong way trying to get out. They would be overcome and die of asphyxia. The train would be completely destroyed. And sadly 84 people were killed as a result of the fire. People were left in a state of shock at what had happened, and we will never really know if this disaster could have been avoided if more action was taken at the first signs that something was wrong. We forever remember those people who were sadly killed that day. May you never be forgotten. A big thank you to the viewer who suggested this content. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to view other content.